With the economy like it is, it's just, it's not over, you know. People are still losing houses. People are still losing jobs.
We're probably looking at we're going to be another 5 years before we start seeing any real appreciable change in the economy. So we have to start looking at how we're going to be able to build back America.
At Metanoia Centers for Innovation in Health, Education, and Welfare, we seek to provide the means for people whose communities are in economic crisis with high unemployment, drugs, violence, and poor housing. We teach them to be agents for community empowerment and community transformation.
Metanoia Centers started about 11 years ago in the fall of 2000 with myself and Pastor Charles Jackson. We wanted to be able to do something in the community in which we live as ministers.
We somewhat talked about some community project even within Champaign. What can we do in order to make a change?
And very soon after conversing with the city of Champaign, we discovered that National City Community Development Corporation was interested in working with us in terms of advancing ownership of homes for low to moderate income family. And so instantly we were sort of thrust into glory. And when we got here, it was a community in disarray. It was a community that we've got by default because no other organization within the city had wanted to come over here. You know, being ministers, we thought it'd be a good idea to come in and sort of create some rapport with the community. And we saw this building that we're in right now, and it was a crack house. And we were able to purchase this property to use as a community center.
The neighborhood needed someone that they could trust, needed someone that they could be able to know that we were concerned about their well-being.
And after a while, we started seeing some of the illegal behavior that was happening here sort of dissipate. We wanted to be able to put people in home, give them the ability to be able to have access to home ownership. And as we were putting the people into the home, we discovered that we were facing something that we started calling predatory lending. And so that took us from building homes and took us to home preservation.
In 2004, I purchased my first home, and it was like mid 2005. I experienced a leak in the ceiling of the home, and I called somebody out to just see about getting that fixed, to find that the whole upper level that had been added onto the house was bowing into the downstairs. And I was stuck with my dream home, with like over $40,000 worth of damages. So Reverend Barnes looked over my paperwork, and as Metanoia Centers helps multiple people avoid predatory lending and so on, found some things that actually weren't done accurately in my first mortgage that should have been done. And after doing a lot of legwork and a lot of negotiation and paperwork and filing and so on, I was put back to first-time homeowner status, was able to purchase my second home as a first-time homeowner.
Eventually, we were able to get legislation in place and passed with the Financial Reform Bill of 2010, and because of the great work that we had been doing within the communities in terms of predatory lending, we were invited to the White House at that historic signing.
It was just like more and more I found out was more that, Metanoia Centers offers. So I felt like anything I can do to give back to Metanoia Centers or to help or anything like that, I was all for.
To be economically empowered, you first have to do one simple thing, and that is educate. In order to be empowered economically, you first have to be educated as to what you're trying to empower yourself in. The Champaign County Black Chamber of Commerce is a volunteer organization designed to help empower economically the African American and minorities throughout the community.
Champaign County Black Chamber of Commerce is here to promote, help, and advocate minority and female businesses in Champaign County.
We're not limiting to any particular type of race or ethnicity or any creed or anything like that. We're talking about helping everybody that is in need of help to become economically empowered. And we try to continue to bring forth information that is helpful to our community, helpful to those persons who are trying to start businesses, help them or direct them in a way to be able to get the information needed to start up a business or to be able to actually run the business, or if necessary to direct them to another portion or to another agency that can direct them better than we can.
Look at the resources that the Chamber has in terms of training, getting individuals from SCORE to be able to help them develop a business plan, and then nurturing them through this process.
Black Chamber of Commerce helped me get, involved in getting my company listed as a minority contracting for the state of Illinois. I get jobs on my laptop, they come to my email every single day about projects that they want me to bid on, and throughout the whole state. So yeah, I'm definitely plugged in with the state of Illinois. I definitely appreciate that. Yep.
Then we have economic empowerment. Then we have the overcoming of degradation within our communities and the lifestyles that people are living. Then we can have better education resources for our people. Then we can have better living spaces for our people, better living quarters. We can have better jobs for our people, because then more jobs will be developed, not only from the outside sources, but from within, because more entrepreneurs will want to get involved in business. And as you have business, it isn't necessarily the giant corporations that generate jobs. It's the small moms and pop that generate jobs. If I have 10 mom and pop organizations, and each one of them is generating to employ 5 employees, if not more. You see, that starts that economic empowerment right within the community. And as that grows, their business grows. And as their business grows, that means that they're taking in more employees. So if you can start that within your community and help that to thrive, economic empowerment is shown to be relevant through the education of bridging the digital divide.
Parkland College, we have an office in the Illinois WorkNet Center. Parkland College owns the entire building, but the Illinois WorkNet Center is where the unemployment center is. Disability Human Services, Champaign Consortium, and Parkland College. So it's 4 agencies in the building.
The idea was to bring different services together under one roof, maybe even overlap them. And as a result, we think, and I think, that we maximize the services that we can provide people because of how we're linked together.
They're there to help you out with your resume, with computer skills, anything and everything that you need to equip yourself to get back to work.
My statement is bridging the digital divide, one person at a time. So I get them to a point where they could, sustain themselves and to navigating, the internet, so they can look for jobs themselves.
So, I'm a product of the economy. I've been putting out resumes every week and not getting too many bites. So, I'm in the unemployment office regularly every week to make more copies of resumes. And one of the things that I found that I had problems with was so many of them are going to the online applications. And I tried a couple of those but wasn't doing very well with getting into it. So about one of the times that I came back to make more copies of my resume, I seen Brian Bell's sign for the computer classes. And I thought, boy, this is a golden opportunity. I need to take that class. Don't have any work yet, so I better take advantage of it and see what more he can teach me.
A success story we've recently had. I had a lady, she's been in our class for several weeks, and she went out for a job interview. During the interview, the interviewer asked her 3 questions, the same stuff that we learned in class. Do you have an email? Do you know how to surf the internet effectively? Do you know Office products? And she said yes on all those 3 points. So she left the interview, got in her car. Before she started her car, her phone rang, and they wanted her back. They wanted to give her the job.
If you don't keep up with, the current computers, you're going to be lost trying to get a job. So, Brian's computer class helped me out a great deal in that class, and I feel like I can do anything with any computer now.